Marty Lagena, his son Alex, and friend Craig Tester traveled to St. Mary's University in Halifax to investigate if an antique brooch discovered on Lot 21 is partially made of gold. The brooch was found this year and examined by a gemologist. Dr. Krista Brosseau, an associate professor of chemistry with expertise in electrical chemistry and metals and their chemical compositions, and her colleague Dr. Xiang Yang, are joined by Dr. Brosseau and Xiang to examine the brooch's chemical composition and determine if it is made of gold or any other precious metals. Using a high-powered scanning electron microscope, the team will magnify the brooch up to tens of thousands of times its actual size and examine its chemical composition to determine if it is made of gold or any other precious metals. The dark area is pure copper, while the bright area is gold. This marks the first piece of verified gold found on Oak Island, and it is considered an actual treasure. Marty Lagena is excited about the discovery and plans to bring in the motherlode this year. He calls a meeting in the war room to share the exciting news with his brother Rick and members of their team. In summary, Marty Lagena, his son Alex, and his friends and business partner Craig Tester are traveling to St. Mary's University to investigate the possibility of finding gold in an antique brooch on Lot 21. Rick and Marty Lagena, along with their team, have discovered their first gold on Oak Island, marking a significant development in the 223-year history of the Oak Island treasure hunt. The discovery of a brooch and lead cross, which could be older than ever thought, pushes them back farther in time than they ever thought they would see here. The 223-year-old Oak Island treasure hunt has only just begun, and the team is now conducting a new probe drilling operation from within the garden shaft by representatives from Dumas Contracting Limited to look for valuables just outside the structure. The dilapidated 80-foot deep shaft, currently being refurbished by Dumas, has yielded high trace evidence of gold through water testing and may also sit within mere feet of a possible treasure chamber connected to the original money pit. Marty Lagena is hoping for something very substantial in the garden shaft, which is where the treasure hunt actually begins. They hit a void in this area, which is approximately 10 feet deep. This void could be the indication of an offset chamber or the fabled money pit treasure vault. As Dumas has reached a depth of 55 feet in the reconstruction of the garden shaft, they are about to manually probe drill a number of boreholes that will reach several feet outside of the structure in the hopes of reaching the void and determining what it might contain. In conclusion, the discovery of gold on Oak Island marks a significant step forward in the search for answers to the Oak Island treasure hunt. The team from Dumas is using a powerful hydraulic earth drill to probe the garden shaft, using 12 holes at different angles to look for evidence of man-made workings and potential valuables. They are drilling through the tight lining of the shafts, cutting through a small piece of wood on every hole. This wood has been detected as having high gold values in the area. The team is interested in the wood samples and soil samples, and Rick is going to bring them to Emma to dig them out. Emma has shared some news about the gold in the wood, which is surprising. The wood samples extracted from a depth of 55 feet inside the garden shaft contain high trace evidence of gold. The degree of accuracy of this gold is 100%, and it is adhered to the organic material, the wood, at 0.11%. This is a big number, as it is a significant amount of gold. Both the possibility of finding gold in the wood and the possibility of conducting additional exploration have the crew very enthusiastic. In order to determine whether or not gold is there, they intend to conduct a test on the exterior of the shaft using water samples. The team is resolute in their pursuit of the gold and intent on carrying on with their inquiry. In order to achieve their objective of discovering gold, the team is now working on a gold discovery in the money pit location. Despite the fact that the results are astounding and mind-boggling, the team is resolute in their determination to proceed with the water in order to cross-check other samples and discover whether or not they can replicate them. They have high hopes that they might be in close proximity to the genuine treasure, and they are cooperating with one another in order to bring everything together. The geologist Terry Matheson and the geologist Charles Barkhouse are keeping a tight eye on the drilling of borehole DN 11.5, which has reached the potential treasure zone that is between 80 and 120 feet deep. They have broken through something that is around 90 feet below grade, which means that they are getting closer to the finding all the time. Due to the presence of trapped air and voids in the treasure zone, this void is located within the treasure zone, which is renowned for its high gold values. Currently, Rick and Marty are taking a break and contemplating the next steps to take in this situation. They have discovered a hole in the DN 11.5 that appears to coincide with the DN 12.5 and DN 13.5, all of which have struck a structure that is 94 feet below grade. It is possible that they have reached the end of the tunnel if Mike is able to hit this vacuum at a distance of around 90 feet. In two other neighboring boreholes that are aligned with the garden shaft, the team has lately discovered what they think to be a tunnel that is at the same depth as previously discovered. In light of this, it appears that they may have reached the end of the tunnel. The group is enthusiastic about the possibility of finding riches in the Money Pit region, and they are resolved to gain knowledge from possibilities that they have missed while continuing their quest to discover the truth. The narrative provides a description of a group of investigators who are conducting a treasure hunt in the vicinity of Oak Island. Currently, they are looking for a passageway that could lead them to the discovery of a significant quantity of gold hidden within the baby blob. The team is resolute in their pursuit of the riches that lies at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they have got the results of the X-ray fluorescent spectrometer, XRF, from DN 11.5. Based on the findings of the XRF analysis, it can be concluded that the tunnel is, in fact, a tunnel and that it leads to the garden shaft. After being dried out and scanned with XRF, the wood sample that was retrieved from borehole DN 11.5 was found to have originated from a tunnel that was approximately 90 feet deep. The findings revealed trace amounts of iron, manganese, titanium, calcium, potassium, and aluminum, all of which are materials that are anticipated to be found in the Oak Island region. The fact that they discovered a sizable quantity of gold, on the other hand, is a very important anomaly. This one-of-a-kind outcome, which was achieved by applying the concept in two distinct modes, in the woods and in the water, has the potential to establish a connection between the team and the location of the treasure, as well as the path from which they must go. On account of the fact that it might lead to a spot where exploratory drilling or digging can be carried out, the gold sampling of the water and wood is anticipated to be the most successful endeavor of this year. We are keeping our fingers crossed that this could be the beginning of a chain of evidence that is just as significant as the water sample has been up to this point. In addition to assuring the team that they would continue to work on locating the treasure, the team confirms that they will continue to submit further samples in the laboratory. The team is resolute in their pursuit of the wealth that lies at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they want to make use of the XRF results in order to ascertain its location and the possible direction it could be heading in. Furthermore, the team is committed to supplying further samples in order to assist them in making decisions that are based on accurate information. They are hopeful that their results may lead to the discovery of the wealth that is located at the bottom of the garden shaft.